Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Tim, this is Daisy, and we are Hauling Paws. Today we have another episode of Tips with Tim. This is where I give you little tips that either help me stay safe, or they make me more money, or they make life on the road a little easier, or they make my job a little bit easier. That's kind of the order of importance, I guess. I've got a few extra tips for you today, so let's go to them. So the next tip that I have has to do with printers and powering them in your truck. We all know that they come with the standard 110 volt plug-in. What you can get is a little inverter that looks like this. They're tiny, they're super cheap. They're like, I don't know, under 10 bucks at Walmart. And they're plenty powerful enough to run your printer. So they work great. This one also has a USB port, but the only thing I ever use this for is for powering the printer. I pretty much just leave it plugged in all the time. And then when I need to, I plug it into a cigarette lighter and plug my printer in and print. But there's another way that you can do it that I didn't pay attention to when I bought this printer because I needed to buy it kind of in a rush. And I didn't really look at what I was getting. Some printers run on 24 volts and some of them run on 12 volts. Now this particular printer has the power changeover in the back. It's this box right here. So this is a converter that converts your 110 to 24 volts so that this printer can run. If you can find a printer that runs on 12 volts, it usually will come with something that looks like this. Not quite this big, but this is kind of an example. It plugs into the wall, and then you plug the other end into the printer, and this thing, obviously not this big one, this is for a water pump, but you'll have a cord that looks like this. It'll have a block. So you'll have a 110 plug going into it, and then this thing does its magic and changes it to 12 volts DC. So if you have that at 12 volt DC and then it plugs into your printer, what you do is you buy it and you cut it off right here and throw this part away. And then you find a cord laying around the house that looks like this. Or you can go buy one of these at Walmart or whatever. You can buy these, just these ends. And you splice that onto the end of here. So then you just plug it into the printer and plug this straight into your cigarette lighter, and then it works. You don't need any converter, no AC, DC converter, no inverter. You don't need anything. You just plug it right into your cigarette lighter. When I upgrade this printer, that's what I'm going to be looking for. I'm going to be looking for a 12 volt printer that comes with one of those blocks, and then you just cut it off and just run straight 12 volts to it, and it'll work fine. So there's another tip for printers. Now the next tip has to do with safety. A lot of people will take and put all of their safety equipment down here on the driver's side because they can access it real quickly. But the only safety equipment that should be on the driver's side is your safety vest and your fire extinguisher on the driver's side. All the rest of your safety equipment should be on the passenger side. I have down here on the passenger side my impact, my trailer hitching tools, my safety triangles, and in my emergency kit that has all my immediate emergency stuff. You can go back and watch the immediate emergency video and it'll show you what's all in all that. And I also have my other torque sticks. But I have all of my emergency on the side of the road breakdown kind of stuff just to get stuff figured out all here on the passenger side. Now why do I do that? The reason is pretty simple. The passenger side is the side that doesn't have traffic on it. The driver's side has traffic on it. You don't want to be digging through here to get your triangles on the traffic side. You want it on the non-traffic side. Usually you're going to break down and you're going to move to the right, and this will be the non-traffic side. Now all bets are off if you break down and you have to pull off on the left and the passenger side is now the traffic side, then you're just gonna have to deal with it. Hopefully your door has lights in it. I would have preferred to have these strobe, but I haven't been able to find little light bulbs that will strobe. That's one of the things that are on my list that I want to do. But you want to keep everything on the passenger side so you stay out of traffic. If you break down, you don't want to get hit. You don't want to be on your knees digging through this stuff out there in traffic. Stay safe. How about a cooler tip? Here's a cooler tip for you. Find yourself a little garbage can at Walmart or the dollar store or whatever that fits in your cooler, and you can close the cooler lid. Now what you can do is you can put all the stuff that can get wet, bottles of stuff and things like that, and you throw your ice over here, and things that you don't want to get wet, like your Hot Pockets or whatever, can go inside of here. And then when the ice melts and you get water in here, your crap does not get wet. I've got a smaller one that goes in my smaller cooler that used to go inside my truck. Now I don't need that one anymore, because now I have the Alpicool 12-volt refrigerator that I've got in here. Okay, so I know it's dark, but here's another tip. Inside your truck, if you're able to, change your map lights to red lights. What it does is it allows you to see what's in here, things that are around, but it doesn't destroy your night vision. So you can look at this stuff, and then you can look back at the road, and it's all fine. And you're not doing something like that. And then you're blind. Red lights are better. Or green. So what do you think? Are they any good? Maybe some will help you. Maybe some won't apply to you. Either way, they work for me. If you got other tips, leave them down in the comments. Don't forget to share this video and subscribe to the channel and all that good stuff. And as always, have safe travels, and I hope to see you on the road.